What's up, y'all? What's up? Hey, 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 hey. What's good, people? What is up? What is up? Let me get myself adjusted here. Hey, Volvo. Hey, Raphael. Hey, everybody. What is going on? How is everyone doing today, this morning? It is Saturday, which means it's time to be silly. It is Saturday, so let's be silly on a silly Saturday. How are y'all today? I hope that you all are well rested. Oh, I'm looking around, y'all. I ate all my snacks last night, and I ain't gonna get any new ones this morning. Ooh, that might be bad. The fact that I might not have anything to regulate my sugar levels. Hey, spicy original. Oh dear God, y'all. Ooh, we don't. Oh, that is a recipe for disaster. Hey, Patty Duke, Patty Duke. I feel like I ain't seen you in a little minute. Where you been hiding, boo? Listen, when I don't see you, Patty Duke, I get worried. I ain't seen you in a minute. I was wondering where you was. Patty Duke is one of the originators in here. Listen, she's old school around these parts. Old school. She been around here from the beginning. We windmills about our Patty Duke. Hey, Julia. Hey, everybody, as you all come in, so forth and so on. I am getting myself geared up and prepared to bring to you those things with which I need to bring. So, yeah, let's do this. I'm warning you now. I have a topic. There's a portion of the show where we're going to discuss some things. Oh, this is your anniversary weekend. Oh, well, happy anniversary, boo. I hope you and your partner, your significant other, your spouse enjoy it to the utmost. I am so elated for love, 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 and more love. And I'm glad that you all are celebrating your nuptials or the anniversary of your nuptials. So, yeah, happy anniversary. Um, Tell your spouse I said happy birthday. And yeah, anyway, but let me say, we're going to spend a portion of the morning on a very heated debate and topic. If you are sensitive and getting your feelings, stay, stay. I ain't going to even tell you to run away or click off. Stay here because we're going to be heated. We're going to get all into the get ins. Okay. So I'm just telling you now. Did I not send this to myself? I do this all the time. Dear God, I'm gonna do that now. So I got some topics, and the reason that topic I'm probably gonna save for last because my sugar levels must. My sugar levels are gonna spike at some point, and I'm looking. I don't have not one snack the first around me. Oh dear God, this may not go over well. This may not go well. This may not. This may not go well. But we're here nevertheless. We'll see. All right. So, oh, I do still got some of my little Hostess cupcakes. Okay. If I need to get one of those. So let's get started. I do need some water though, or some juice or something. because the way my good throat is feeling right now, yeah, I need that. Y'all hold on. Hold your line. Hold your line. Hold your line. Okay. Where is I guess don't hold your line. Oh, yeah, I need to. Oh God. Well, okay, we seriously, Teddy, it's time. You need to replenish the snack fund because this ain't cute for okay. I'm going today, y'all, because this ain't cute. I'm looking for a snack and I can't find the goddamn thing. This is not where it's at. Mm-mm. This is not what the good Lord will have for us in this last and evil day. Nope. So I'm just going to, yep. One more moment. One more moment. Sorry, y'all. Sorry. All right. Okay, I'm back. I'm back for real this time. For real, for real, for real. That was y'all chance to go get whatever snacks. Right. I need some sugar, Julia, and I'm not going to even show y'all what I'm used to, but I'm just going to take this. Thank God for water filters, okay? Thank God I got, the water filter on the little, you know how you got the water filter on the tap or whatever? Because, yeah, I'm going to, and, you know how you have the little, like, things that you pour in there? Okay, so that's what I did. This is some good ginger ale, too, that I had. Go wash it out, and then put some purified water in this good bottle. And now I'm gonna have some fruit punch. Why am I? This makes for bad viewership. Let's get to our topic because this is bad. This is really, really bad, bad, bad videoing and live streaming. All right. So those of you starting YouTube channels, do not do this. Okay, do not follow my guidance. Don't follow my example. All right. So y'all, we here. We're gonna get our sugar spikes out of the way first because sugar levels are always spiking um around the fruited plains. And so we're gonna get these out of the way first because yeah, we have to. Um so our first story, let me get governor death sentence out of the way now. Okay. Just breathe, Teddy. Just breathe. Just breathe. So, governor death sentence down in my great state of Florida has he has appointed a new surgeon general. Oh yes, he checks all the boxes. He says, oh no, 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 no. I don't want you all to think that I am in, by any stretch of the imagination, racist, bigoted, or anything of the such. Because I'm here for the blacks. I'm here for the blacks. So Governor Death Sentence, in his infinite wisdom, has saw fit to appoint a new um oh no, I missed that. That's a different story. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me pull that up. Hold on. Hold on. Pulled up the wrong story. Hold on. Because this is something else. We got, see, Florida's on here twice today. Twice. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Damn it. I'm supposed to be ready, y'all. I'm supposed to be ready. Anyway, exactly. You know he's racist, Patty Duke. Anyway, he's appointed a new um Surgeon General in Florida. Where's the story? I know I had it for myself. Come on, L. Teddy. Hold on, y'all. Give me just a second. He appointed a new Surgeon General in Florida who is black. Um, all right. His name is Dr. Joseph Lapato. He's black, but he is a Surgeon General, dear God above, who seems to believe that he's a doctor. He has a MD after his name. He is Dr. Lapato. He is a surgeon, but he seems to believe that his job more so than the Hippocratic oath is to be at the bidding and do the bidding, I should say, of Governor Death Sentence around here. So the new Surgeon General feels like science should not have mandates on what people do with their bodies or whatnot. Now, I want y'all to listen to this now because it's going to make sense when I introduce the next story. Okay, I'm going somewhere with this, so just go with me. Um, where am I? Let me read this. Okay, Donald Trump aligns Florida Governor Ron Death Sentence DeSantis, whose state recorded more COVID-19 cases and deaths in August than it did at any month before vaccines became widely available, has appointed a new state surgeon general. Is it someone normal who will tell people to get vaccinated? No, this is coming from slate.com. It's a doctor named Joseph Lapato who was last seen on the national stage participating in a COVID miracle cure event with another doctor who believes that lizard people control the government and that demons cause gynecological problems by implanting stolen sperm, as well as a third doctor who later got arrested for being part of the mob that smashed into the U.S. Capitol in an effort to overturn the presidential election. This is what we're working with. That's this guy. Let me go further in about this trio, the trinity of trash. Okay, the trash trinity of doctors we have going on here. Okay, the first doctor's name is Stella Emanuel, and you can read more about her unique belief system, where where she has all kinds of whacked out and just crazy conspiracy theories. Anyway, she was at a July 2020 event in Washington, D.C., held by a group calling itself America's Frontline Doctors, which was affiliated with a right-wing group called Tea Party Patriots Action and included such purported virology experts as a Michigan ophthalmologist with an expired medical license. Among other things, doctors in the group claimed that the drug hydroxychloroquine could cure COVID. At the time, then President Donald Trump, obsessed with hydroxychloroquine, and retweeted an America's Frontline Doctors video, which was then removed from Twitter and Facebook for violating information policies. So, what I'm saying is, this is that sect, SECT, or faction of doctors that's whacked out, that some kind of way were smart enough to get medical licenses and degrees in medicine, but are still whacked out enough to be over here with the just wildest and wackiest of conspiracy theorists. And they are more dangerous than people who don't have medical degrees, because what happens is, because they do have medical degrees and because they are licensed to practice medicine in these yet to be United States, people look to them and people believe that they are telling the truth, and people believe that they are being factual in what they're saying. But all the while, what they're doing is just throwing things at the wall and hoping that they stick, which is how that whole notion of hydroxychloroquine ended up being, hey Shakira, a whole thing that Donald Trump was, touting last year, because there were doctors in this small little faction of doctors or whatnot. Now, my point in bringing up these doctors is the fact that new Surgeon General, hey Mr. Pisces, down here to the great state of Florida, are now is a Joseph Lapato, who's coming out of that faction of people. Okay. Anyway, let me keep going. Some of the groups of videos are still available online, though, including the one picture above. And there's a picture of a video above. Um, there's a video. Let me get to the point. There's a video where Dr. Lapato criticizes lockdown policies as ineffective, and then goes on to say that there is some evidence that cloth masks do not prevent the spread of COVID, and suggests that hydrochloroquine is being suppressed for salacious reasons, and delivers a vague but conspiratorial digression about his disbelief that a country as productive as the United States could really experience product shortages and supply chain problems. So he was in this video touting all of these conspiracy theories, saying, hey, hydro excuse me, hydroxychloroquine will work for you. I don't understand how they're saying that they don't have enough supply of PPE in the day when during a time where there was shortages in PPE and stuff like that um last year. And then saying that, oh, I don't believe that these lockdown policies will work to stop the spread of COVID. And oh, I really don't believe that wearing masks will prevent us from having COVID, which goes counter to what every credible doctor and physician will say. What it really sounds like to me, and let me tell you where this really goes. Let me tell you what's happening here. You got these wackos and whack jobs out here that are willing to do anything and say anything, even things that they know are not medically or scientifically sound, but they don't give a shit about their medical degrees anymore. They don't give a shit about practicing medicine anymore. What they want to do is they want to get put on so that they can be in front of cameras, and so that they can get appointed to positions like this one. So I'm going to go and I'm going to be a whole wacko, and I'm going to make it seem like I don't have any degrees anywhere in America, and just sound just like a bubbling idiot, just so I can get put on by these right wingers and these neo Nazis and these racist bastards who will put me in a position of power and make it where now I can, be on television, and I could be, front page of news and stuff like that. Like, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Let me see what Mr. Hey, Mr. Pisces. Good morning, sir. What happens is register to vote. Guess Trump is going to be president and keep playing with white Republican child. I think U.S. is the only country that transformed this disease into a political map. I don't understand how we make politics of disease. You know, but I guess so. That's Dr. Lopato, who is who's also one of these people that touts that while um listen to this little bitty, okay? After being introduced by Governor Death Sentence on Tuesday, Dr. Lopato told reporters that there is, quote, nothing special about vaccines compared to any other preventative measure, end quote. This is what y'all working with. This is who Governor Death Sentence decided was going to head up all things science and medicine in the great state of Florida. I, I don't I can't call it, y'all. I can't. I can't. This is what y'all got going on. Whatever. Moving on. In the same state, okay? In the same state, my state, here down here in Florida, okay? I told y'all, what is that? Oh, it must be that time of year again. Anyway, in my great state of Florida, my thing is that is my thing is this the mask they do protect you. They do. I don't know about the vaccine, but I know that mask they do protect you, and that sounds very uneducated and needs to. Hey Tracy. So in this same great state of Florida, Florida lawmaker proposes abortion ban called the Florida Heartbeat Act. Oh yes. Florida Representative Webster Barnaby, a black Republican, has filed a bill that will allow physicians to be fined at least $10,000 for performing abortions after 6 weeks of pregnancy. Barnaby filed the proposed ban called the Florida Heartbeat Act on Wednesday morning. The bill requires a physician to conduct a test for and inform a woman seeking abortion of the presence of detectable fetal heartbeat. It also prohibits physicians from performing or inducing abortion if a fetal heartbeat is detected or if a physician fails to conduct a test to detect fetal heartbeat. The bill also provides exceptions. The bill provides exceptions for rape, incest, domestic violence, human trafficking, or a condition that's threatening to the mother. However, those seeking an abortion due to said exceptions require documentation, such as a restraining order, medical record, or court order, to legally do so. Oh Lord. I told y'all these people were going to be following suit. I told y'all. I told y'all how this was going to work. You were going to have these states that give you the blueprint, and when theirs was greenlit, all of the other states was going to fall in line. I told y'all this was going to happen. I told y'all. Also, according to this act, the term abortion means termination of human pregnancy with an intention other than to produce a live birth or to remove a dead unborn child. Previously, the definition concluded with to remove a dead fetus rather than to remove a dead unborn person, unborn child. This is a deliberate change noted throughout the act. Unborn child has been replaced with the term, has replaced, excuse me, the term dead fetus. This what y'all got going on. This what y'all got going on. Everybody wants on that same side wants to tout the person's right over their bodies when it comes to wearing masks and getting vaccinated. But then want to take that right away from somebody if it involves uh, them being pregnant. But then once that child is born, they don't give a shit about them if they're black or a child of color. And so then they don't mind taking that person's life away. Unborn child that's black, oh, you better not touch them. Child that's already birth born and black and living and breathing, oh, we can murder them in cold blood. E- exactly, Mr. Pisces. Exactly. Y'all want to be over here. Uh, y'all want to be over here making Muslim countries seem like they are the worst places on earth. We live in a country that treat human beings like cattle and animals and whips them with whips. What's next? Cattle prods? We are a country that has told women, oh no, you do not have any control of your own body. Men will be in control of your bodies from here on out. Okay? Not you. Let me continue reading. According to CBS News, death sentence already has its eyes on the proposed bill as it moves through the legislative process. I told y'all that death sentence already removed all of most of the liberal judges and progressive judges on Florida Supreme Court, because Florida Supreme Court was the only body in the state of Florida that was Democratic leaning. The entirety of the legislature is staunchly Republican. As well as the executive branch. So he wanted the trifecta. So he removed people off of the Florida Supreme Court and added super conservative members to the Florida Supreme Court. So now the Florida Supreme Court is conservative leaning. Okay. So now he has people in place to do his bidding. Okay. To do his bidding. So let me continue on. A spokesperson for the governor's office unsurprisingly shared that he is anti-abortion, CBS notes that DeSantis signed a brief in July with 9 other Republican governors requesting the Supreme Court overturns the landmark decision in the Roe v. Wade case. I'm telling you all, this is happening. This is happening. This is happening. And the irony of this happening, ladies and gentlemen, and this wasn't supposed to be a politics of it all. This is still Silly Saturday, and we're going to get silly. But I just have to let you people know that this is happening. This is happening. What's going on, It's Meeting? I got to call you too, It's Meeting. I'll call you when I get off here. This is happening all the while. You got a Democratic president and a Senate and the House of Representatives that is Democratic. And all of this is happening during this time. You didn't have, in the last administration, let's be clear. And y'all know I am not Republican by any stretch of the imagination, but let's be clear. During the last administration, there wasn't as much as they were conservative leaning. You didn't see those states clamoring to pass these bills. When they had the Senate that they knew would do their bidding, and even during, I believe, the first 2 years of, wasn't it his first 2 years is when, because the House didn't go back blue until, when did the House go back blue? In 2018, I believe it went back blue. My point being that they had the opportunity to do this, and they were not doing it. They making it a whole point to do it now. And when you got people in positions of power that could thwart this and stop this and so forth, they ain't doing a goddamn thing. They ain't doing a goddamn thing. What the fuck is the Dems doing in the goddamn Congress and in the goddamn White House? Because while y'all over here with y'all thumb up y'all ass, over here twiddling fingers, over here trying to play nice with people who don't play nicely, they around here running roughshod throughout the fruited plains. Now the people did everything in their power to get you all there, and they get you there, and y'all don't do a goddamn thing. Y'all sit around and let motherfuckers do whatever. Y'all just let them do anything. You don't give a shit. This, ladies and gentlemen, is happening. I'm going to finish this article. It says the state of Florida, this comes from this is directly from the bill. It says the state of Florida has a compelling interest from the onset of a woman's pregnancy in protecting the health of the woman and the life of the unborn child. Notice that they said from the outset of a woman's pregnancy, from the time she gets pregnant, that's when they want to start this. And notice that they've gone away from saying fetus to saying unborn child. Representative Anna Escamani of Florida, Democrat, called the proposed legislature a gross excuse of a bill that attacks women and birthing people. Wait, but well, I guess because I'm trying to understand the term women and birthing people, but I guess that just with a whole lot of places, Representative Escami, because I guess what she's saying is you could be a trans man and still have female reproductive organs and give birth. So that would make that a birthing person as opposed to a woman. I'm just baffled because this is the first I've ever heard the term birthing person or birthing people. And so I'm just trying to wrap my brains around what a birthing person is and come to grips with what that term means. So I'm going to make the assumption, you know what they say about when you assume, so I could be totally wrong, but I'm going to assume that the term birthing person refers to someone who could be a trans man, still have reproductive organs that are female and get pregnant and give birth, but that wouldn't be a woman giving birth. It would be a birthing person, or yes, Tracy, maybe a non-binary. I'm just confused. That this is the first I've heard of that term, so y'all pardon me. Birthing person, okay, or maybe a teenager. Okay, I got you, Simone. Thank you, Simone Love. Welcome to Silly Saturday, Simone Love. I'm just trying to wrap my head around it. Anyway, let me keep reading. Quote: extreme attacks on reproductive health are not about policy. It is about control, shame, and will negatively impact communities who already experience barriers to accessing care. End quote, Escamani tweeted on Wednesday. Physicians will pay one fine per abortion to the citizens who sue them, because we got that going on now, the whole suing people. They can only be successfully sued one time for each abortion they perform, preventing multiple parties from collecting fines for the same abortion. So you got to get in there for what they're saying is get in while the getting is good. You got to be the first one. You waiting outside the clinic, paperwork already filled out, notary public on hand to take it down there. Uber driver waiting to, take you down there to the doggone courthouse so you can file this litigation. Like, what is happening? Oh God, what is happening, people? What is happening? So, oh, it's me. Do you have a friend that is a trans male friend who is pregnant? I met someone who is a trans male who said that he was gay. And at first I thought it was a cis man. And I found out it was a trans man. And then when I was introduced to him, he said, "Oh yeah, I'm a gay man." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And so we got a few drinks in us and we got deep into conversation. And we were like, so I was like, "Oh, so you play offense or defense or special team?" And then that's where I learned that it was a trans man. And he was like, "Well, I still have a cooter. And so my boyfriend bangs my cooter. Or sometimes I'll put on a strap on and bang my boyfriend." And then I was like, "Okay." Because I'm not trying to disparage anything. My brain was just went into and the reason my brain went into, because I was like, but in my brain, when you're gay man, it, it's swords that are fighting, or but if you tell me you're a gay man, you're a gay man because you're a man and you're having sex with another man. It doesn't matter what your parts are, even though there's a vagina involved, you're a gay man. And I'm gonna let you have that. That's what it. But my brain went. I was like, I'm like, wait, no, wait, wait. Let me explain to you again. Let me explain to you again, Mr. Pisces. Um, so your trans male friend has a trans female friend, and they had sex. So the trans woman stuck her penis into the vagina of the trans man, and the trans man is pregnant with a child. from the trans. Well, I can get with that. My brain can wrap around that. I can wrap around that. But I was over here, and it didn't help that I had had drinks. But I was over here at the table, and like with I'm not gonna mention their name. He said, I'm a gay man. I have a boyfriend. I was like, oh, and then I was like, yeah. So you play offense or defense or special teams, and they were like, oh no, I still have a vagina, but my boyfriend, he fucks me in my cooter, and I was like, oh, but I thought gay was like the swords. And yeah, no, well, that's what It's Me D is talking about. It's Me D is talking about FTM and the MTF. What I'm talking about is a FTM with just a regular man, with a cis man. That's what I'm talking about. So we had an FTM with a cis man, and the FTM says that he's a gay man because he's a man that just happens to have a cooter and is in love with other men. And my brain went, and after another few drinks, I was okay with it. I was like, okay. I mean, he also said that he'll put on a strap on and bang out his uh boyfriend. So he said, technically, I guess that makes me special teams. So I said, okay, cool. Listen, I don't stop people from being whatever they want to be. I don't stop people from being whatever they want to be. Well, no, the guy who I met is not pregnant at all. I was just saying, I was trying to wrap my hands around this term that the legislator used, which was birthing person. And now that will be integrated into the vernacular, because when we're talking about abortion now, we can't just, it makes sense. You can't just say, oh, women. You have to say birthing person as well. Tracy mentioned the non-binary people. I It's Me D is talking about, a friend of his that's a trans male that's pregnant from a trans female. I've seen couples where you have a trans female and a trans male together, and neither of the two have had operations or, have had their genitalia operated on and don't plan to. They want to keep their genitalia of birth, but they identify as a woman and other identifies as a man. And it works for them. And they are heterosexual. And so I'm like, oh, listen, it ain't my problem. It ain't my business. I ain't in the bedroom with them. And if that makes them happy, go ahead. Oh, specialty. Okay, so let me help you out, y'all. Offense is, if you think of football, an offense drives into the end zone. Okay, puts the ball in the end zone, drives into the end zone. Defense defends their territory and defends their end zone. So they're trying to keep people out of, or keep things from getting into the end zone. Special teams plays both sides of the field. So hopefully that made sense. The offense are your tops, the defense are your bottoms, and the special teams are your verse people. Now, if you want to get real particular, um, your kickoff team on special teams would be verse top, or your kicking team on your special teams would be verse top. Your punting team and on special teams would be verse bottom. That's if you want to be real particular. But yeah, it's the same when a stud and a trans woman have sex and the stud got pregnant. Right. That's basically what we got going on. Not my relationship, not my right, child. I wish y'all well, girl. If it worked for you, girl, because after he said that, and after my brain did that, and I was like, and then I was like, okay, well, that's what y'all do, baby. And when he was like, well, I guess that make me special to you. I was like, okay, girl. And we sat on down and had a few more drinks. I was like, hey, I was like, and then I was like, I apologize for calling you girl. He was like, girl, I'm good. I told you I'm a gay man. I was like, oh, okay. And we had a good time. I had a great night that night. I had a really good time tonight. We had a good old time. Anyway, what you mean when I'm talking about it's BD? What do you mean when I'm talking about it's BD? You trying to come up here on live with me, it's BD? Let me know, honey. So that's what y'all got going on. These people are hell bent at this point. They are hell bent on doing away with Roe v. Wade. And I'm telling you, I've already said if they're doing away with Roe v. Wade, they're going to do away with gay marriage. They're going to do away with all of this kind of stuff that you people have taken for granted. And that you people who don't vote and you people who think that politics are not important are going to run around and fuck off and find out, yeah, I probably should have been paying more attention. Yeah, I should have probably been more invested in that. Yeah, this kind of stuff is important because these people can take away your rights. These people can make your life completely different than what you know it today. I'm just saying. Anyway, that's what y'all got going on. Continuing with our sugar spiking segment of the show, dear God. Y'all see how we were in the middle of a sugar spike and we transitioned into offense, defense, and special teams? Hey, Miss Trisha P, you can only get that over here during a silly Saturday. I wouldn't have delved off into that whole tirade on offense, defense, special teams, and telling you about the bizarro world of my brain going like this in the middle of a conversation if this was the politics of it all. But it's a silly Saturday and we can be silly. That's what we do here. All right. So, continuing on with our sugar spiking segment of the show, it's always North Carolina. It is always North Carolina. It's always North Carolina. Hold on, it's BD. Wait, what am I doing? Oh, hold on, y'all. 1 second. Hold on, y'all. 1 second. 1 second. All right, I'm back, y'all. I had to send that email to It's Me D, and I had to do it from my phone. All right, so all right, so continuing on with our sugar spike portion of. Listen, Tracy, I've been searching. You know what that made me think of when I say I've been searching, that old song from like 1992. I've been searching for so long. Nobody like you. Oh, yeah. Makes me wonder what I do. If I ever had someone like you, you're the best thing, baby. You ever come into my life. Oh, that was my jam back in the day. Ah! That was my jam back in the day. Don't judge my singing. It's early in the morning. Anyway, I've been searching, Tracy. Give me some more time. I've been searching. I have not found the person yet. He is clearly well aware of what he has going on and make sure that he is, well tucked and all of that. But my next video that I'm going to go and watch is the early one. So I'm going to go back and watch Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. And I'm gonna go back and watch what was the movie he was in with Damon Wayans way back in the early 90s? Damn. What was the movie? Was it More Money? Y'all know what movie I'm talking about. Anyway. So that's so I'm still searching for you, okay? Still searching. So yeah, that's fine. It's media. I'm gonna have my sugar spike moment. So in the sugar spike moment, it's always North Carolina, y'all. It's always freaking North Carolina. So in the great state of North Carolina, let me read this article. I ain't gonna even read the title. Let me read the title first. No, it wasn't I'm Gonna Get You Sucker. That was out. Was he even in I'm Gonna Get You Sucker? He might have been in I'm Gonna Get, but this ain't one. I'm talking about the movie he was in with Damon Wayans. I think it was More Money. Yeah, I forgot the name of the damn movie. Here's the title of the article. This is from the Charlotte Observer. North Carolina high school principal apologizes for white WHITE sign on drinking water fountain. Because this is what we got. We already reported on Teacher Project 2.0 how they have a whole slave trades on Snapchat. Oh yes, in the great state of Oregon, they're having slave trades on Snapchat. That's what high school students are doing down there to the great state of Oregon, okay? And in the great state of North Carolina, not to be undone, now they're putting white signs on top of the water fountain. And you thought that I wouldn't have a picture of this? Oh, I am prepared for y'all this morning. Here is the picture of the sign. There is the sign. Let me read this article while y'all look at this. A North Carolina high school principal apologized after a cheerleading sign with the word white in all capital letters was placed on a drinking water fountain in the school. Quote, "We apologize if anyone was offended," end quote, Principal Dylan Stamey of Piedmont High School in Union County said in an important message to parents Tuesday night. He was referring to segregation when Black people were prohibited from drinking at water fountains used by whites. A picture of the sign was circulating on social media, Stamey said in his message. The Charlotte Observer requested and obtained a copy of the message from the Union County Public Schools spokesperson, and they got it. School officials investigated, and determined that the placement of the sign was, quote, not intentional, Stamey said in his message. Quote, during practice, a cheer sign was left just outside the gym on the floor, and it was picked up and placed on a water fountain, end quote, according to his message. In a follow-up email to the Observer, the representative from the school board said she wanted to clarify that, quote, the school colors are blue and white. The sign in question is one of the cheer signs that's used at athletic activities, end quote. What say you? I mean, y'all saw the sign. You see it now. What this sounds like is them trying to explain away what really happened here. Because here's my thing. If it was that haphazard or unintentional, So people just go just start taking pictures of this. Because what it sounds like to me, that sign was up there for a minute. Meaning people probably had a chance to take pictures of said sign and put it all over their social media. They're claiming that, oh, it was just one of the signs that the cheerleaders have, and they just left it on the ground and somebody picked it up and magically put it on the uh water fountain. Because you just go, that's when you go put the sign on the water fountain. How did even if it was a prank, because the thing about it is, first of all, cheerleader chick, I just don't believe cheerleader chick is just haphazardly leaving these signs around because clearly they use this for their events or whatever. And so at the moment that she left it on the ground or whatever, she probably would have said, oh, I left my sign, just like her pom poms or whatever. Oh, I left my pom pom. Let me go pick it up off the ground. For you to tell me that it magically made its way onto this water fountain, girl, 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 doll, girl. That was put there intentionally. Oh, it was intentional. It was very intentional. It was very intentional. A mess. A goddamn mess. A goddamn mess. Y'all tell me. Y'all tell me what y'all think. But this is North Carolina. And I done told y'all about how North Carolina is. We don't listen. Every week we're reporting on something um on going on in the great state of North Carolina. That's just as racist as all get out. Right, Patty Duke. The fact that he said if anybody was offended. What do you mean if anybody was offended? Your statement should have said we apologize because this is highly offensive and that is not what our school represents. Don't say if it offended anybody. Wait, what? What is this noise? My phone be making like new noises nowadays. I don't know where these noises and bells and whistles and alerts be coming from. Like I just heard this noise on my phone. And I don't know. Oh, Mr. Pisces, it ain't just the South. The North is worse. The people in the North, Mr. Pisces, let me help you out with a little American history. The people in the North are far worse. Far worse. Far worse. Remember, all of the large slave auctions happened in the North. The largest slave auction in the country was in Lower Manhattan, which is where the financial district, was birthed out of because they made all their money from slave auctions. Ever been to Boston? One of the most racist cities in America. Places in Illinois and Indiana. All of the freedom fighters will tell you they were always more afraid of what would happen to them in the North than they ever were about the stuff that happened in the South. See, South don't mind opening their mouth and telling you about it. The North just wants to be quiet about it and just gonna go ahead and do it, and you ain't gonna hear about it because they deem themselves as pious and holier than thou up north. Just a mess, just a damn mess. Anyway, the PA people not in my blood. Pennsylvania is just. Please don't get it. I can tell you the story of um of when the abolitionists and stuff like that. You can read the stories of Angelina Grimke and those who were having an abolitionist conference in the great state of Pennsylvania in the city of Philadelphia, of brotherly love, and where they were having a conference for all of the abolitionists. And the people in Philadelphia said, not in this goddamn city. You're going to be up here talking about abolitionist movement. They want no parts of it. So much so, they began to burn the building while the people were in there giving speeches. And they began, before they started burning the building, they started rocking the building back and forward and throwing rocks and stuff inside the building to try and stop what they were doing. And then when the people wouldn't stop giving their speeches and stop holding their convention, they started burning the building down. And there's a very famous speech by Angelina Grimke where she's giving a speech during said time. And she said, don't you hear them? Hear them outside. You say that the South is worse than the North. Then what say you of the people outside these doors? They are in the North. And she said, I lived in her speech. She talks about, I lived in both the North. I was raised in the South and I lived in the North. And the North is far worse than the South. You know what? It's meeting. Hold on, y'all. God. Leave it to It's Me D. It's gonna make me. Oh, leave it to It's Me D. Leave it to It's Me D. Jesus. God. It's gonna make me stop what I'm doing. God. Don't blame me, y'all. Blame It's Me D. He made me send him some. You see what I got to go through? Oh, Lord. Anyway, Lord. Anyway, but yeah, the North is just as bad as the South. Anyway, those I got one more halfway sugar spike. Hey, little baby story. And then we're gonna get to some fun stuff where y'all gonna be mad at me and I don't give a crap. So help me under where's really be when I need her? Somebody go wake her up. Because she's my expert on all things The View. Okay. I need somebody to go wake up really be. Somebody go tap on her window and wake her up and tell her to get over here. So now here to The View. Vice President Kamala Harris was supposed to come, well, did come on The View to get interviewed. Now, I didn't watch it. Oh, you hear? Okay, so really be help me understand. Make sure I'm getting this right. From what it looked like to me, the ladies were on there. Sunny Hoskins. Now, before we get to the episode in question, let me preface by saying the other day, Sunny Hoskins lit into the United States government and into the White House because she's married to a Haitian man. And she lit, I watched that and it was beautifully and eloquently said. She lit into them, okay? And when she came after she, and so that was a couple of days ago. So then we got Kamala Harris who was coming back on. Now, from what I saw, it seems like they were in the middle of the episode and just before Kamala Harris came on, they magically said, oh, Anna Navarro and Sunny Hoskins, y'all got the COVID. Y'all got Miss Coco piece. So y'all go ahead and get off stage. In the middle of taping. Because I feel like if the vice president of the United States is coming on your show, that Secret Service and all of the people involved would have already did this process and vetted all of this out, and they would have not even been on set before they came there. I just don't feel like in a production room In the middle of taping, now that's when y'all magically find the Coco results. And now they got the Coco. They got a visit from Miss Coco. And now they got to get off set conveniently days after Sonny Hoskins lit into administration. And you know she was going to give them a piece of her mind about what's going on down there to the Texas border. I'm just asking. It don't pass this. Hold on, y'all. You calling me on my phone. Wait, hold on. Let me send Really Be. Now I got to send the link to Really Be. Hold on, Really Be. I'm on my phone. She know I'm on my phone. She know I'm on my phone. Hold on, it's me, D. Hold on. Send this to Really Be. Dear God. Y'all see what they got me going through? God. Dear Lord. Now I got to send the link to Really Be. All right, Really Be. Here's the link. I sent you the link if you want to come on. Because I can't very well be on my phone live and talk to Really Be as she calls me, dear God. And hey, Watermelon Sugar, coming to the stage, ladies and gentlemen, Watermelon Sugar. Give the girls a titty shake, Watermelon Sugar, as you come to the stage and do your backflips and somersaults on the good pole, Watermelon Sugar. Anyway, if you want to come Really Be and stay off camera, I sent you the link if you want to come and not come on camera and talk from the confines of laying in your bed. You could do that. Anyway, y'all see, hey, Monk Chip. I didn't even see Monk Chip sneaking here. Hey, girl, hey, Shawan, Rose, Travel, Love. I didn't even see all y'all come up in here because I'm over here having a whole rant. But, shit. But this stuff doesn't pass the sniff test. Where's It's Me D? There's my It's Me D. All right, there he go. This does not pass the sniff test. Y'all say hi to It's Me D. How you gonna tell me in the middle of filming, now all of a sudden, oh, y'all got to get off stage? Why they getting off stage? Because they got the Coco. You can't tell me that y'all didn't have this information prior to, because when the vice president or the president of the United States goes anywhere, everything is on lockdown. They don't go anywhere without every nook and cranny being vetted and investigated, and they make sure everybody that was in the audience had already had background check. I sent it to your IG, Really Be. I DM'd it to you in your IG. I'm sorry, I did it the wrong way. Check your Instagram, Really Be. I sent it to you in your DMs on your Instagram. So my point is, all of that stuff is checked out well in advance. They don't play around with the president and vice president. And so my point is, how are y'all in the middle? And I could be wrong, but it looked like It's Me D. Can you send the link to Really Be, please? Because y'all working with today. I'm trying to host a show here. you all are
ungrateful.
you all are stopping me from hosting. I sent it to her in her Instagram DMs. Go check. Oh, anyway, now am I wrong, y'all? Did this not happen in the middle of taping? Now you know Sonny Hoskins was probably gonna go in and let have. Oh, they're gonna Really Be. There she go. All right. And
So I want to
okay,
just clear
tell
something
me
up
now.
real quick. Hey, it's me, D. Hey, nephew. Hey. I
You
don't know
didn't
why you
stop
got that
happy
damn
to see
bonnet
me
on your
though.
head, but I'm not gonna say nothing about that.
You seem to happy to see me though. But
Can you hear me?
mm-hmm.
Okay. So first of all, I want to say that
Connected.
the vice president was not in studio. She was coming via satellite. Wait a minute.
No,
Let me
no, no, no,
finish.
no,
Wait
no.
a minute.
Really, I found out that she was there, and what happened was when the thing came out, they ended up doing it from a room
Oh,
at
I see
the
what you're saying.
studio.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah,
Well, the
she
thing
was
is
supposed
this:
to
the
come
part
on
that I don't
set.
understand. Okay, okay, okay. I got you. I got you.
Young chick,
But the
how you
part that
doing?
is confused, but it doesn't negate the fact that this is the part that I'm confused about. And the problem is they're doing this across the board. This isn't unique to the View because they're doing the same thing at my job every Monday. If you have not been vaccinated or you have not shown proof of vaccination, you have to take a COVID test every Monday. But yet you're already in the building. They come to us, so the people are already in the building taking the COVID test. So if you get a positive test, you're already in the building. You're already in class by the time the results come back because it takes about 45 minutes to an hour.
Mm,
So the problem is you doing testing doesn't negate the fact that if somebody is positive, you're like they should be testing them and then not allowing them to leave their dressing room until the results come back. It doesn't make
right.
sense that you're allowed to move about and then when the test results come back, it's like, oh shit, well, you need to come. And that's the same thing that they did. They took the test, but then they went on and started the show. So they should be testing them early enough
You
that
really
the
be you
results
got
don't
me on
come
your
back.
background. Either you or it's me. They got me on in the background because it's an echo.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Um, Now if you want to get to the theory of it all, or the I won't say it's a conspiracy theory because it's a pretty good theory actually. But if you want to get to the theory of it all to say, hey, suspiciously the two biggest critics this week of the Biden administration and Kamala Harris miraculously are the ones that test positive and can't be there. I mean, it's very curious. It is very, very curious.
And the thing about it is,
Mm-hmm.
like I said, she was in the building. She was supposed to come on set. And what happened was after they said, oh, they got to leave, now Kamala Harris says, well, I don't feel safe. Even though they scoured it down, I don't feel safe. So we just gonna do the interview from another room. And she never came out of that room. And she did it remotely because she didn't feel safe coming out there anymore. So it's already she was in the building supposed to come there. So my point is, if you know you have the vice president, that doesn't even pass the sniff test because, like I said, and really be Secret Service and all of those people involved with moving the president or vice president go have all of that stuff worked out hours before. Hours before.
I'm not going to say it doesn't smash the. I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. I'm not going to say it doesn't pass the sniff
Then
test because, again, the tests were done. And again, that's standard procedure. Like, I don't know. I just think it's curious. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna I'm it is curious. It is very, very curious. I'm gonna just say that. I'm gonna leave it at that. It's very
And
curious.
the other part about it is, if this makes sense, and you got her on the same set with Joy and other lady, then all of them should have left. If they tested positive, isn't that uh
But
contact?
no, remember I told you no. The policy is, and again, see, this is the stuff. Okay, take the vice president out of it for a second. Take that part of it out of it. This is the shit that is happening across the board, which is part of the reason why we can't get a handle on the damn virus. The policy, this is what the CDC has said, and a lot of places are going by the CDC recommendations because, again, this is what's happening at my job. If you're vaccinated and you've been exposed, the CDC says you don't have to quarantine. That is what the CDC says. And so that is what a lot of workplaces, that is the policy that they're following because they don't want to have to keep shutting down. So if the CDC says it, we're going to go along with it. And damn if it makes sense or not, the CDC said it. It's the same thing at my job. They told us if
Mind you, what great really be, you know what came out this morning? Aaron tomorrow said I've had two COVID tests since I left there, and both of them came back negative.
little baby, do you have proof of that? I mean, you're saying that, but where is that being reported? Because I just think that's a strong allegation to put out there. If I mean if that's your opinion, that's fine. But if that's being reported somewhere, I would like to know.
But Anna
Because that's
Navarro
serious.
already came
That's
out.
serious for her because that is very Trump-like to say, "Hey, I don't want to face my critics." I mean, that's a very serious allegation.
I mean, it to me, I'm sorry. And I've been very critical of Kamala Harris this week as well. Well, I've been critical of her for a while now.
Mm-hmm.
But Anna Navarro came right out this morning and said, just so y'all know, I've taken 2 COVID tests this morning. I mean, since I left there, both came back negative, and I'm going to take a third one. And Sonny Hoskins has been pretty quiet about it, but it gives fodder, even if it is all coincidental. It gives a lot of fodder to critics and skeptics and all kinds of things like that. Like it just
Yeah, I mean,
it's a bad
like I said, it's very curious, and I'm not saying that that's not what happened. I'm just saying if there was proof of it, I wanted to read, or at least if there was somebody had put that out there, because again, that is very Trump-like, and that is very serious because to me, not that I put anybody on a pedestal because I do not, but that is very serious. That oh well, they've been very critical because my thing is she could have just as easily have have turned it down. I mean, she's the vice president of the United States. She could say something came up, my schedule collapsed. That time that that blank of time is not. I mean, she had a million excuses that she could use rather than have them come up with a curious positive test. She could have just rescheduled for 2 weeks away where the heat would be off. She could, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all know how short memories people are. 2 weeks from now, they be talking about something else. And the Haitian, I'm not saying Sunny
Mhm.
wouldn't still have questions, but I'm saying the outrage across the country would be. I just feel like there were other ways. If that was the case, I mean, there was just a million other ways she could have gotten out of that shit. She's a vice president of the United States. She could have had a million other excuses. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying she didn't do it. I'm not saying that that's not what happened.
Mm.
I ain't
I
saying that's not what
also
happened.
now, if I'm going further with this, since Kamala Harris done got in the white and the Naval Observatory. I can't say the White House, but she's in the Naval Observatory. Um, she did a whole lot of heated interviews. I don't see her going on a lot of platforms and things like that that will go at her and really take her to
I
task
agree. I agree. I
and
agree
stuff like that.
100%.
Whereas we know the president, he don't have a choice. You gonna go to this good press room at some point, and you gonna get these good questions. You and Jen Psaki, these types of people, we know they got to be out there. But Kamala, you have pretty much tried to remain unscathed on all of this. And I find, and really, if you remember, Biden made that her baby, the immigration and the border. That's supposed to be
Hmm.
her whole thing.
Right.
So you need to be out here just as much as Secretary Mayorkas has been out here. You should have been. I don't want to see you doing I just happen to be leaving my house and I'll just give you a quick 30-second, little blurb that you could use as you were talking to me as I'm walking out. No, you need to get in front of some people and answer questions because that's under your umbrella of responsibilities. We put you there.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I'm not listen, I'm giving her no passes on this. Me and you talked about this earlier this week. I'm giving her no passes on this bullshit. This whole situation, I'm giving her no passes. And I agree she has not done a lot of press. We have not seen a lot of her, but my defense to that is we usually don't see the vice president. That's not the vice
You're
president's
right.
role. The vice
You
president
don't.
doesn't do a
You
lot of press,
usually don't.
doesn't do a lot.
You are very
But in
right
this
about that.
case, she absolutely should be out there because of how horrid, and like you said, that falls under her list of responsibilities. So she
Hmm.
needs to do press, and honestly, it's the View, for the exception of how angry Sunny was because of her direct connection to Haiti, it's kind of friendly fire. Like Sunny gonna give it to her, but I don't think. And again, y'all, I don't want it to sound like I'm just apologizing for Kamala Harris because I'm not. But again, I mean, attorney to attorney, I don't think Kamala Harris is scared of Sunny. I don't think she's scared of Sunny's
Mm.
questions. I just don't. I don't think she would go through this elaborate ruse to not answer questions from Sunny Hawkins. Like I know Sunny
But I
Hawkins
also,
is
but
a
while she may not be, that doesn't mean that the administration may not be
then just don't go. Then just don't go. Like
you
you
know,
said,
she
she's
might
done a
she
good
could
job
be
of
about that
avoiding
life and
doing
say, I'm
press.
here for it. She
Then
could
just
be
don't
about
go.
that life and say, I'm here for it. And whereas she's being told, no, but we're not having all that. No. Mm.
Yeah, I mean, my thing is, like you just said, she's done a good job of avoiding press. This just don't go.
Hmm.
I don't, well, I'm sure in this day and age, if there's something to be told, a story to be told about this, if
It'll
there's
come out.
really something, oh, it will come out. Trust and believe.
I mean, and the reality is people get false positives all the time. Like people get like that happens. People get false positives all the fucking time.
And I don't even have a problem with my real issue more so than it being um Kamala Harris is with the production down there to the View. Like in the middle of taping, like you said, really, B, y'all should have had them come down there 2 or 3 hours before. Soon as you walk in the building, come take the test.
I
Mm-hmm.
So we
agree.
have enough time, and that way we know everybody is good.
I
Because
agree, but that has been my anger again. Not making this about me, but making it about me. But that has been my anger with this whole return to work situation. And again, it's not just me; it's everybody that's back in the workforce. This is the policy. The policy is
and
if you're vaccinated. Well, first of all, like I said, they come to our job every Monday to test teachers who have not proven that they've been vaccinated, but they're already in the building. Like the people come
but
to
really,
the
B, this
building.
doesn't even apply to that because we know Sonny and Anna Navarro have already been vaccinated.
But what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying, but my point is, I understand that. But what my point is that that is like them already being in the building again. That's not that. What I'm saying is that's not. I agree with what you're saying that they need to do a better job of this. But what the point? I guess the point I'm making is that's not an anomaly. That is what everybody is doing. Like
But
they're
what?
letting
But,
people go to
but
work
here's what
without
I'm saying,
knowing
really,
what the
B.
status is. You know what
But
I'm
here's
saying?
what I'm saying, really, B. At your job, Sonny Hostin and Anna Navarro would have never been tested. They
I
would have never been
understand the
tested.
point. I understand what you're saying. I got it. I understand what you're saying. I got that. But my
But,
only
but what I want you to
so then
understand
what
too
so then
is
okay, so wait a minute, hold up, pause. Then how did they take a test that they knew came back positive? If they're vaccinated, you're saying they would have never been tested. So then why are they being tested?
but no. What I'm saying is, according to that CDC whole thing, you don't have to be around, or the policy at your school where they're testing people who have not shown proof of vaccination and so forth. Fine, but they would have never been tested because they have already shown proof of vaccination.
But if they okay, what I'm saying is so the view is just testing everybody whether they're vaccinated or not. Is that what you're saying?
That's what it sounds like.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
All right.
And if that's the case, and or even if they just did it because the vice president was coming, y'all should have handled that way before.
I
And my
agree.
other
I mean, I
thing
said that
about
from the
it is
beginning that the test should be done well before they go out on set. Like they should be in their dressing room.
because here's
They should
what you
not be
have to
leaving their
really do.
dressing room until their
It's
test
like
come back. I mean, if that's the policy.
it's like the principal calling over the PA and saying, students so and so report to the principal's office. Now they could be going down there to get accolades, but to the whole school, you know what it sounds like? You know what's gonna happen. Ooh, what you done did. Ooh, you know what I'm saying? And so when they ceremoniously remove them in the middle of taping, it was like this whole embarrassing
And
moment.
maybe that was part of the protocol of Kamala Harris being there. Maybe normally because they're vaccinated, they do not have to take a test. But maybe because the vice president was coming, maybe that was part of the protocol that we don't care whether people are vaccinated or
Right.
not.
And
Everybody
I
has to be tested. That's because again, like you said, it doesn't make sense if they're vaccinated why they're getting tested. But maybe that was part of going back to what you were saying about certain protocols that the Secret Service person placed. Maybe that was one of the protocols.
And that's why I say production failed on this. The whole production and everything
Yeah,
that failed.
yeah, the reality is they should no one if you're being tested, they should not have left their dressing rooms until the
Because
results
now, but wait
because
a minute, really,
it was
did,
only
did
like
they remove, did they
huh?
remove all of the people who were in contact with them on set? Did they remove all of them other people? Like, it's so whatever.
Again, but again, okay, so now again, but that does go back to the CDC. The CDC says if you're vaccinated, you don't have to be quarantined. So no, they're not going to do any of that. They're not quarantining anybody. They're not if they've been vaccinated, which everybody on set has. They're not going to do any of that.
So we'll see. I'm sure it'll come out
Yeah, I
now.
mean, if it was like what Lil Baby said, if that was the case, if something like that did happen, then you know, like I know, it's going somebody gonna tell it.
Child.
Somebody
I'm
gonna tell
going
it.
to get to this next story real quick
All
to
right,
get me
what's the next
real
story? Because I'm
quick.
about to jump down.
Oh, my next story is this verses that which has jumped the shark. But it's
The
real quick
verses
to.
who? Who versing?
Oh
Who?
yeah.
It's not a verses, but it's people who said that that's the only people I would do a verses with, which is going to lead me to my big topic that me and it's me you probably gonna windmill about.
Oh Lord. Okay. Well, let me. I'm about to. I might come
If you
back.
want to
I
come
gotta
back
go
up,
take
you
care of
have the
something real
opportunity.
quick.
Yeah, you have the link if you want to come back up.
All right, bye.
All right. So your boy and mine, bastion and conservator of all things unbothered and unbotheredness, in the form of Omarion, stated in an interview that he ain't doing a versus with nobody. The only person that could do a versus with him is Christopher Brown. Mind you, Christopher Brown would obliterate Omarion.
Yeah.
Omarion doesn't even have the catalog to be in the same stage as Christopher Brown. So that would even be a fair fight. And for you to think that highly of yourself, Omarion, to think that you should be going with Christopher, and I don't have no problem with, I don't have no smoke for Omarion, but for you to be thinking, oh, only person that can do a versus battle with me is Chris Brown. Wait, what?
No.
Get your life in order, Omarion. So
Maybe a Trey Songs. Trey Songs versus Omarion is more like,
that might be a little bit more fair of a fight, but
but
not
not
no
Christopher Maurice Brown.
not Christopher Brown. Christopher Brown would obliterate. That wouldn't
Right.
even
He
be
still has
fair.
he got songs out right now. I mean, people not really listening to it, but he does have music out right now.
I mean, that would be a fair fight. That's just like Omarion. You're delusional for real if you think you would add an Ice Cube's chance in hell. Anyway, what's going on, NBN? I know you just waking up. It's 8:30 over there on the West Coast. So yeah, Omarion is clearly smelling himself, but that's not.
Yeah.
That's just my segue. My segue. My segue into something I saw last night, which sparked a heated debate. And now let me prepare myself because
Oh
I'm
Lord
going
Jesus.
to draw fire. So the
Wait,
debate
hold
last
on.
night was to say somebody said that Janet Jackson does not even belong in the same sentence as Beyonce, and was trying to have a credible debate about this. And says that Janet Jackson wishes she could be Beyonce beyond because Beyonce's career is what. And I think I went like I blacked out for a minute, and I started windmilling and fighting, and I lost my mind for a little bit. And then they started talking because Beyonce has XXX um freaking Grammys or whatever, as if that is the litmus test of what makes them great. It was just stupid to me. And so I said, I wonder what my people would have to say, because I wish I had my people with me last night because I was drinking and for somebody to come out their mouth about Beyond Skank being
Okay, now
that
don't do
man.
that. Don't do that to Beyonce.
I don't care
Don't do
about you
that.
to be honest. As I'm protecting myself. Because I know
To
this
be
thing will
honest, Beyonce is somewhat a project of Michael Jackson and Janet Jackson. So I don't understand how you could have, they're not equal. They're two different not two different people, but Janet kind of gave birth to Beyonce, to a Sierra, to a Normani, to a what's old girl Chloe, to all of these people. So it's like that's the master, and these are the students. And I love Beyonce down, but Janet paved the way for a lot of them. All of them. Janet,
first of all, the
Michael,
whole Grammy argument is stupid because that goes for somebody who really doesn't know a lot of the history behind the Grammys and so forth and so on. Because if you remember, pretty much 90 to 95% of all black artists were all clumped into one category, which was either female R&B or male R&B, and that's it. They didn't even give them the opportunity to be in other, and maybe if you go new artists, that might be the only other, but they weren't giving you the opportunities
right?
to
Patty Duke. I agree.
win an award. And then when you're in a category that has some of the most legendary people, to grace a microphone in the same, you can go to a Grammys one year and in the female R&B category have simultaneously Aretha, Whitney, Mariah, Patty, and stuff like that. And then you telling me that somebody's not gonna win one. A whole bunch of people not gonna win one because you only got one winner.
Hmm.
And when I'm, you know, let's be clear, the Grammys today are trash compared to the Grammys of old. It's
Oh
just
my god. This MTV Music Awards was
trash.
horrible. Oh
Just
my god, that was
trash.
so horrendous. Everybody disappointed me. Everybody disappointed me in
Like
this MTV, whatever it was.
I was
I
like, and so
remember wanting to watch that when I was little.
they were like, oh,
MTV back then was better. I don't know what this is.
and then they were like, well, and oh, she's worth more money and dot dot dot. And I was like, you do realize
Um,
that,
that's debatable.
but
Very
I don't.
debatable.
First of all, I don't even know how much money Janet is worth. I'm sure one of y'all will fact check me. Like the whole arguments that the person was making was based in just being dumb and stupid and making retarded arguments. But 85% of the
Listen,
beehive, that is what they do. They just make baseless claims and just throw out shit out there that doesn't make any sense at all. None at all. Just none.
her net worth is approximately $190 million. That's way more than Beyonce.
No, I think Beyonce is worth more than that, I think.
Now, probably. Let me
Yeah,
see.
now. Yeah, I think she is.
Yeah, hers is 440 million.
Yeah.
But
But
before it
my
wasn't that
point is,
much.
it, here's the point, and you made the point that I was trying to make to the person was a lot of the opportunities that Beyonce even has was given to her because of artists back in the day that were
Hmm.
breaking down walls and barriers. You wouldn't have a Beyonce or a Rihanna that were able to
Right.
sing and
I
branch
love
into
Rihanna.
other um avenues and platforms if you know if not for them. I'll give you a perfect example. I think somebody told me Rihanna has more Grammys than Mariah. Does that make her a better singer than Mariah Carey? I mean,
It
what are we
doesn't.
like? What are
It
we
doesn't.
talking about? How does this make sense? Like that's what I said. Like who? And I had to hit them with the who made you? Like who made you? I didn't understand. I didn't
It's not
understand.
like stands. See, that's why I don't really. I mean, I love these people and all that, but I don't. If you're wrong, you're wrong. Like Nicki Minaj is wrong, but her people, they're worshiping their Lord and Savior, Nikki Christ, and they don't care what she do. They just gonna ride and die for her.
Nikki Christ? Who the hell is Nikki Christ?
Nicki Minaj, their Lord and Savior, Nikki Christ. Her fans be treating her like she Jesus.
But that's how the Beehive is with
They're
Beyonce.
not that. To be honest, they're not that bad. And at least
Yes,
Beyonce or
they
her rep,
are.
they say something. Nikki says
No.
nothing. She allows these people to continue.
So does Beyonce and the Beehive. Beyonce don't do nothing to stop the Beehive.
No,
Enough
she does.
people
She
are like
does. She does.
rabbit.
She has said stuff before. She actually has said things.
You sound like a
Maybe
man.
not her personally, but her people have said things. Nikki doesn't say anything. She
Obviously,
hypes
you
up
said
her
Beyonce
fans.
don't either. Her people say things.
They say things, but she like right. I think it's her team that she may not say it, but her at least her team steps in. Nikki's team don't step in.
Maybe Nicki Minaj's team is saying something to these people.
I don't think so. They would have stopped.
No, they wouldn't. Just like Beyonce, people don't stop. These people, when they
They're
get
not as bad as.
yes, they are. The Beehive is brutal. The
They're
Beehive
not as
is
bad. They don't be
career.
throwing death threats at people.
Yes, they
Not like
do.
Nikki.
But no, yes, they
Not
do.
like Nikki's people.
Yes,
Oh, not like
yes.
Nikki.
Now I have to.
Nikki's
I know. Wait, hold
the
on.
Barbs are worse than the Beehive.
They are
They are
just.
worse than the Beehive.
They are just the same. I have
Right.
seen the members
Nikki will
of
sick her
Beehive.
fans on people. Beyonce doesn't do that.
I've seen members of the Beehive make death threats and all kinds of stuff on people.
But
Now, I'm not saying Beyonce is telling people to do that, but I'm saying the Beehive is just as bad as the Barbs. Like,
I don't think they're that bad because the
they're
Barbs
just
are
bad.
ridiculous. The
That's because you're
Beehive is bad, but next to them, the Beehive look like angels.
Exactly, Tracy. Right. They are two sides of the same coin.
That is not no. Them Barbs are evil.
So are the Beehive. The Beehive is evil. They are
not
evil.
Compared to the Barbs, they are angels. Them Barbs are ridiculous. Nikki could assassinate the whole, I don't know, whatever. Could assassinate somebody and they'll ride for it. They will ride for that.
And you notice how y'all Beehive people are in here windmilling?
I'm not a Beehive person. I'm just saying the Barbs are worse.
The Barbs are not.
They're I'll be like, I don't get invested in that.
They are one and the same. They are
right,
one.
Pinky. The Barbs are way worse. Are way worse.
Nope. Right. Listen, I've had the Beehive get my whole live shut down. Please be clear.
You know whose fans are crazy? Brandy got some crazy fans. Brandy fans came after me when I said that song, that Baby Mama song was trash.
Too, right? Her fans are worse than the Beehive too, right?
They actually are. They
See
are
what I'm saying?
horrible.
This is how you know.
They came after me and told me because I said that song was horrible. Brandy is not the vocal Bible. They started attacking me, saying I was ugly.
Do you remember the Beehive? It's okay. Embrace who you are.
I'm not a member of the Beehive because everything Beyonce does, I don't go up for. That lawsuit against that lady should have won that lawsuit. All of a sudden, we didn't hear nothing else from her. To me, in that situation, I thought Beyonce was wrong. I still think that she needs to divorce Jay-Z. Why is she with him? But the Barbs
from him now.
are riding and dying for Kenneth Petty. And all that he did, calling this lady a liar. What going on where was she on the Real? That was horrible. They was in her inbox sending this woman death threats.
I don't even know how we got over here to Nicki Minaj. This is how I know we were not even talking about Nicki Minaj.
But she's horrible. Their Barbs are bad.
God.
Right, little baby. They are ridiculous. I'm not saying that the Beehive is not bad. I just
The
don't.
Beehive
I
is
just
bad.
think the Barbs are worse.
The Beehive would do the same thing. The
Not
same
that,
thing.
not as much.
Yes, they would.
Even when they got together, Trick Daddy, they didn't do too much with him. The most they did was give his restaurant a bad rating. They didn't do too much with him.
You don't live in Miami. You are not aware of the things that were going on down there to that restaurant. I can tell you some stories
Listen,
of what was going on down there from the Beehive to that restaurant. Matter of fact, not only were they at the restaurant, they went down there to
I mean,
99
she's not an
Jams.
actress,
They went down there to 99 Jams, which is where Trinidad
right,
and Trinity
little baby?
go.
Beyonce say stuff. Beyonce say stuff. Nicki
No,
does not.
she stayed quiet. She stayed right on quiet. She don't say a goddamn thing.
And in a way, I wouldn't even be mad at her. Nicki say stuff.
Listen,
Them bars is
Beyonce fans
ridiculous.
are some of the worst
They
people. Not
believe in their Lord and Savior,
they are
Nicki
horrible.
Christ.
They are just as horrible as the Barbs.
That is
Okay.
not to me compared to the Beehive are bad and they get on people, but not like the Barbs. The Barbs would kill somebody for Nicki. Maybe the
Now,
Beehive too, but the Barbs are still way worse. And I'm not a
how
part of no
you just
Beehive
said
because
the
I don't
Beehive
ever,
would kill as
if I
well.
don't agree with what
Nicki
people
makes
say
good
about
now.
Beyonce, I don't say anything. That's none of my business. I'd be like, okay, y'all don't like her, so what? I'm not getting paid for this, so.
Me
But the
neither.
Barbs are
But I am
worse.
an official lamb, and I will take people out
That's
for
fine.
as a lamb. I will take somebody out about the queen, and I
About Mariah, her fans are crazy too.
don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do
I
it.
don't have
My hand
nothing to say about.
over here talk about my Mariah. Eh, Let's talk about. You see what I'm saying, y'all? Y'all see what I'm saying? The disrespect that the people have for the queen, Mariah. Lord, what happened?
I didn't even say anything. I said I don't have anything to say about Mariah because she has not.
Oh,
She hasn't done anything to me. See, you acting just like the Barbs, proving my point. My
I'm
point
not a
right.
barber. What are you talking about? What are
But
you
you're a
talking?
stan though. You're a stan.
What are you talking about?
You a stan because
How
you muted
is that
me
any
before
different from the
you
beehive?
even heard what I said. You muted me before you heard what I said.
Yeah,
I
because
said I
I
don't have
feel
no
like,
issue with Mariah. She didn't do
oh,
nothing to me.
okay. We just aren't you a member of the beehive?
I'm
And
not no
aren't
member of nothing.
yeah, you're a member of the beehive. Put
I
a
am not.
27 in the
I'm a
chat.
member of Chase
It's
Bank, and I'm
me.
waiting for my
Is
paycheck on Friday. That's what I'm a member of.
hey, put a 27 in the chat if you believe that it's me, D.
The Beehive is
Has
that's
quarters
fine.
in the beehive.
They gonna say that I am, and that's fine.
Put a one
I know
if
who I am. I am a member of the Chase Bank, and on Friday I'm waiting for my check. That's what I'm a member of.
listen, you work down to the check. I listen, I had to remove my bank account from Chase. They pissed me off.
They do
They
too. They do a lot.
they
They do
did a
a lot.
they do a whole lot, man. I was out of town
Hey, Amber.
and mind you, I called them and told them that I would be out of town. And where I was,
What
they didn't
little
have
baby?
a bank and for like 50 miles. And so I had made some purchases and they were like, they send you the little text, is this you? Verify that it's you. Put a yes. If it is, put it. And so I put the yes. Still wouldn't let me do my purchases. My card shut
They
down.
do
So I
that.
called and I said, y'all asked me to send y'all a text. Sent y'all the text. Did you get it?
Hey, Amber.
Yeah. So why is my card still not working? Well, we're gonna need you to come into the bank. For what? I'm telling you it's me. Well, sir, we're gonna need. I said, ma'am, there's not a bank for 50 miles. I said, if and when I have to come into the bank to clear this, I'm taking all my money out and I'm gonna give me a new account somewhere else.
Hmm.
Sir, it's nothing I can do. We're gonna need you to come into the. I said, ma'am, I did everything y'all asked of me. I even called y'all ahead of time to tell y'all it's not fraud. Needless to say, I had to borrow money from people for the rest of that trip because my card was not working. and I couldn't. Well, actually, I had somebody cash out me. I used my cash app card, but shit just was not working. And so I would that when I got back home, run me my coins, run me my goddamn money, because I ain't got this type of time. What's going on, Amber? I had this type of time to be going back and forth with y'all with my
Yeah,
money I earned and I done paid for. Y'all been so.
but I like having a bank so I could get my money from Zelle like this.
Oh, I have a
You
bank too. I
understand
go
money?
to a bank because I do
Mm.
Zelle. I have Zelle, Venmo.
Cash App takes too long to me. For me, it takes too
So,
long
but even if I would have did Zelle, I couldn't do it because my Chase card was not working. How is that gonna help
at
me?
that time.
You see what I'm saying? So I have to use my Cash
Hmm.
App card, but I have Zelle with my current bank now. They have Zelle. They have everything I had with Chase and more and more. Which mess, a mess. Anyway,
Mm.
um, I think that was all I had. I was gonna bring y'all a story where this porn skank, arr, porn actress, was over here crying on video, talking about how horrible it was when she was a porn star. Mind you, she was like the number one porn star in the country during that time. But now she wants to get on live and talk about, oh, the porn industry is horrible and the things that they put women through. And I can't believe that they put me through that, but you were okay with it. Matter of fact, you had a whole agent and manager that set up things for you, and you had to give the okay to say, I'm going to do
Say
this.
that. Say that story one more time so I can understand it better.
I'm gonna let you hear what she said. I'm not gonna play the video because it's a video on YouTube,
Hmm.
but I will let you hear the audio of what she said. Hold on, hold your line. All right, here we go. Now, for those people familiar with the porn industry, this is
I'm not familiar with that.
straight porn. This is
Oh
Lana
yeah, I'm
Rhodes.
not familiar with that at all.
Lana Rhodes is a white skank. I'm sorry, I should call her a skank. She's a white woman who is a porn actress. I apologize, Lana Rhodes, for calling you a skank. But she's a white woman. She's a porn actress. And at one point, for several years, a couple of years ago, she was like the most sought after porn actress, in the industry. And she was getting all the gigs.
Mhm.
But anyway, um, here is what I don't know if I want to play the whole video, but so what I was talking about, do you like so there's two different main genres of porn. There's gonzo porn, which is the porn that let me stop you right there. The fact that she even referenced gonzo porn and not knowing the history of where that term even came from and how racist and bigoted that term is just a whole nother, you
But
know,
what's Gonzo porn? What is that?
she was describing what it is. It's basically, well, I'm gonna let her tell you. Do you like more? There are two different main genres. There's gonzo porn, which is aggressive porn that you guys talk about. It's the rough anal sex, it's the choking. I'll go more into that. And then there's vanilla porn, which is what Olivia's talking about as ethical porn, is what I think you would consider. It's just like classic, like basically like artsy stuff. I was gonna say, wait, I'm kind of laughing the instant because I've had someone call me vanilla before. I mean, I love vanilla. So, but my point is, there's a point in this where she starts crying because of what she says she has to go through and work. And wait, is this her crying? Wait. And I noticed her tears dried up real fast, like it was a whole acting job.
Tracy, that would not be happening at all. Yeah, it was a joke.
I've stumbled upon some videos where I'm not gonna lie, I really questioned her. I mean, she was like full blown crying. It was like slapping her like that. Like, I was just like, oh my god, how can this like I could not get off to this. I don't know who watched.
Hey, what's going on? I need for you to go back to being crackhead Willie. Okay,
I do
crackhead.
like,
I know who you are. Sexiest troll alive. You see this? I need you to go back to being crackhead Willie. Okay,
I like that. That's funny.
you will always be crackhead Willie. I'm just saying. I don't care what you say. You are crackhead Willie. What's good? Anyway, which I learned, crackhead Willie is a she. I think. Yes. Anyway, but then she talked about this scene where I'm not going to mention it, but she agreed to do it. It was very disgusting, and she's over there, having a whole moment talking about, I can't believe I allowed myself to do that. But you okayed it. She like, but I did say I would do it, and I did, say that I was okay with it. I don't want to tell you what it involved. It's not like as well. I'll play it for you. Hold on, let you hear it.
Pretty much answered my question. But no, I was just gonna, chime in and say how you had to do something that you didn't want to do or felt pressured. I definitely can relate to that. But even by like working at Hooters, I know I work there. I obviously have a little longer.
Wait, I don't want to hear about you working at Hooters.
It's not funny. It's like comical. It's
Let me
comical.
see what she looked like. What's her name again?
Around at first. Oh,
She sound like Kim Kardashian.
Sometimes too, Yeah, and you
Hold
be
on.
like, they kept pushing and put me up. And once I like put you in the spot, like
Wait,
so
hold
hard.
on.
Definitely was a sex object. Like that's who I was. Do that. I didn't know how to say no. I didn't.
Oh, here it is. Here it is.
I don't even fucking know what to say. No one can relate. Like no one fucking knows what to say about it. And so when it obviously, I don't know how like porn shop. They don't tell you beforehand.
Oh wait, so
I can't accept some of the things that I've done. There is one thing that I tried talking to a therapist about before, something that I had to do for a scene that was really rough for me.
love for me, everything isn't a question.
This guy had a pole and he like gagged me, so I threw up into it, and then he like pissed in the bowl and during the scene he asked me to drink it.
And so my question is, so she said that she was doing porn. She was having sex, the rough sex that she talked about, and she was getting choked out. She threw up in the middle of this getting banged out and choked out into this bowl. He then urinated into said bowl filled with the vomit and then told her to drink it on the video. And she said, okay.
Right. See, I don't want to shame this young lady.
I don't either.
But you were in agreement with this. So
let me let you hear her own words about it. So hold on. Let me let you hear her own words about what she said about doing. Hold on.
I tried talking to a therapist about before something that I had to do for a scene that was really rough for me. Basically, this guy had a pole and he like gagged me until I threw up into it, and then he like pissed in the bowl, and during the scene he asked me to drink it, and I didn't know how to say no. It was one of the most disgusting, foul scenes.
Mama, I want you to win, but
this, and they don't even fucking know what to say to me. Yeah, no one can relate. Like no one fucking knows.
Don't do that to Tammy. I like Tammy. Are you talking about me? That I look like Tammy Roman?
You done went and made all of this money, and now your name, is very well known. And you did what you had to do. You went down there to the gutter and did what you had to do And now it sounds like after you done made it big and you done made all of this money and made it out, this is supposed to be a cry for help. Or I don't know, or you're trying to decry the whole thing that you agreed to do. I and I know there's some horrible things, and horrific things that happen in this type of work. I would not negate that.
Mhm.
It's hard for me to be over here feeling real bad when she said, "Okay,
Right.
know how to say no." Hello, at the moment, at the point where you choking me to the point where I have to vomit,
Right.
it's
That's a,
hurting.
that's assault and abuse really.
Yeah, not only are you vomiting, you are doing it conveniently into a bowl that you say that the guy
In a
brought.
bowl.
The guy brought the bowl to the set, which means that there was intention to have this happen. You knew it was. Don't try to half-ass give me the story, lady. What's going on, Jason? I don't understand. You knew what was happening.
I know you was kidding. I thought it was funny. I like me some Tammy Roman. Um Side note, when you said bowl, I remember that scene in the Cosby show when when Claire was like, cereal what? In a bowl? You remember that?
No.
I guess not. It's just me. But Mama, I can't help you.
Right. You look
Mama,
at
I can't help
me
you.
for me, and I'm looking at you like, I don't know what to tell you, ma'am. You want me to you knew this is what you signed up for. And then, like during the video, it sounds kind of like they're saying that they are proponents of doing away with the porn industry or whatever. And now I'm talking like them with all of my sentences ending a question, and then that
Right.
phrase pitch of voice and inflection. Like really, and like I said, let me preface by saying there's a lot of horrible things happening in the sex work industry. I will admit that. But I don't know that she needs to be the poster child for us to talk about the
Mm.
that need to be made in the sex industry. I'm just saying.
I mean, people are, when I'm trying to save her, but she too
Don't
far into the ocean.
you don't want to be saved.
I don't know what to tell her, but Mama, you agreed to it when you saw that you didn't want to do it. You should have said, "Okay, no, cut. I'm not doing all this." Were you scared to say it? Maybe, but on to real people problems because
Exactly. So I'm like, girl, I don't know what you want from me.
listen, was
Um,
that sound like Kim Kardashian?
I am going. I still owe y'all some videos. I did
Sing song Candace.
archive the people.
Sing song
I did
Cadence.
episode one of Chasing Dallas after you people bullied me into it. And
It's a
now,
good season so far.
now the people are saying,
Yeah.
"Well, you have to be dragging people like that." Wait,
I
first of all,
mean,
I didn't even drag people that bad in this review. Okay, let's be
you
clear.
did, but that's who you are. So it is what it is. You were
You talking
honest.
about this review of Chasing Dallas episode one?
Yeah, you did drag the people, but that's your job.
I
I'm
was
not
not
mad
that
at
bad
it.
in this episode. I've had videos where I knew I drug people. I do.
You were going in, but I'm not. Why would I be mad at that? That's who you are. I've known you for what, almost a year, virtually. So it's like,
I was not that bad to the people.
okay,
Well, I'll say like this: compared to some videos where I do go in, like there are
yeah.
other
At
that
least you
like
didn't bring out that book.
there are other shit. Like for example, when I review one of this like real life and philanthropy, When I review that show, I know there are times where I be skull dragging people. I realize that now. I understand that. This Jason Dallas review on a scale of 1 to 10 in terms of drags was about a 6. About a 6.
Okay.
You sound like Because only person who I really had something to say about was Reese.
You did drag Reese for them wigs that she always wearing. I mean, like, oh my god, you did this to Reese. Bloop. You did one of those.
Because I'm so.
And why did you drag the dude that does the nails? What did he do?
I didn't even drag him. I didn't drag him.
You kind of did.
It was. You need to go out here and meet the people. If you talk about, I don't know these people, the people don't know me. I didn't really drag him. I didn't drag him at all. What did I say that drug? Because I call him Raw Rod straight.
You was like, why is he on the show? He not even with the people. And I'm like,
that's my point. If you were telling me that, I don't know these people and I'm new, and they out here having events, why the fuck are you not out here?
Maybe it's production too. Maybe because sometimes reality shows do this. They won't put the things in order, the scenes in order. Because maybe he did meet up with them, and then he met with his mother.
The chat say, I wish the nail technician would learn English. See, I didn't even say all of that.
Don't do that. That's not right.
But I was mad at Aaron.
He spoke in a dialect or something?
Duplicators are. What are duplicators? Because she said duplicators. And
Ariel Ariel has a she has a heavy tongue though, no?
She what?
She has a heavy tongue. Like she
talks. I don't want to know about her heavy tongue or what her tongue does.
Maybe I'm saying it in a way you don't understand.
Duplicators or jumper cables or Jupiter people or whatever she was.
But do we care? Like this is not an English class.
But I need to know what you're saying. I don't know what duplicators are.
I like when they mispronounce words. It's funny.
If I know what you're saying, maybe. But I didn't go in on.
I remember her saying that.
I mean, not Roland Ray, dear God. What's the man's name? What's the man's name?
Saucy Santana?
No, the man on the show. Is it Raymond? It's on the
Raymond.
His name is Raymond, right? Raymond Rebel or something? Rebel Raymond? Wait, what is his name? It's something with an R.
What are you talking about? That's not a thing, Jason. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's somebody having a heavy tongue and that's stopping them from talking. That's not a thing.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Maybe I'm saying it wrong for y'all, but I know it as heavy tongue. And you mispronounce words. No, for real, you do. Maybe I'm saying it different from y'all, what y'all know it as. You could look to the right now and look to the left. Oh. Congratulations, your neck works.
I'm trying to wait.
What is going on with Kelly Price?
I don't know. Her lawyer came out and say she's not missing. The sister says she's missing. Clearly, she ain't trying to be found. And sometimes you could put 20 on 10 too if you're a family member. For example, my mom does that for one of my sisters. My sister will go months and years without making an appearance. I know she's fine. She just don't want to be found. When she want to be seen, she will come out and say, "Hey, I'm here." Because they was filing for like she was missing and stuff like that. And the lawyer came out and said she missing. She all right. She's still dealing with the COVID. So I don't know. I think it's going to end up in much much to do about nothing
Mm-hmm.
because I think she's gonna have to come out of hiding and say, "I'm here, I'm fine, leave me alone," and go
I
on
didn't
back.
know she had kids. I didn't know she had kids.
I didn't know she had kids either. I wasn't really checking to see if she had kids. I mean, I love her as a singer, love her music. Woman sings
Mm-hmm.
down. Mama sings down.
Maybe she needs a break and
Well, maybe
just.
that's what she thinks. Well, she had the COVIDs, and I know they said she was having a rough time with the COVID. So,
Mm,
and some people, my thing about it is this. I feel like a lot of the people talking about this. Now, I'm not talking about her family. I'm talking about other people reporting on this. I don't think that they're close enough to the situation or know enough about her in order to really say what is or what is not. Um, because
hey, Nancy
she
Child.
she she could have a history of doing this where she could go off the grid, for months at a time because that's just who that's just how she is. And so I don't know. Like I said, I think I don't have enough information to truly say what is or what is not going on.
Mm.
Because on the other side, we've seen lawyers and or representatives from people come out and say stuff that be totally opposite of what's really going on. They just trying to get the media attention off of it. So you know how when they say somebody dead and then the attorney or spokesperson come out and say, "Oh no, they're not dead," and then 2 days later they're really dead. Like we've seen that happen several times as well.
Kind of like DMX. Well,
Mm.
was it? Or they waited a.
I know that happened with John Lewis because they were like, "Oh, he did," and then the spokesperson came out and said, "No, he ain't dead." And then came out, he was dead. And I think the same thing happened with Aretha too, if I remember.
Hmm.
Whatever.
I
But
just hope she stayed.
I haven't really said anything about the whole Kelly Price thing because, like I said, I just don't have enough information to be able to
Mm-hmm.
really say what is or what's not going on with her. We're about to get off here in a second. Jason, that's It's Me D. He's a product of this channel. He has his own channel. You can find him on YouTube. It's Me D, ITSMEDEE. When he's not over here being a member of the Beehive, windmilling for
I'm
Beyonce.
not a
He's
member of the
over on his
Beehive. I told you when she messes up, I say it.
he's over on his channel doing reviews of The Masked Singer, where Tony Braxton gets, voted off, and he's didn't Tony Braxton just get voted off of The Masked
She
Singer?
did. She did. But you know what it was? She had another mask under. So to me, she wasn't really. She wasn't really giving you Tony. And her song selection was like she was choosing like Doja Cat and Dua Lipa. I love those artists, but those are not for her voice. Not
Yeah,
challenging it.
I need her to give me that low voice, Right. Why you gotta give me first thing Monday morning? I'm gonna take my
Even
teeth
she could
and
even give me
I
he
gotta
wasn't man enough for me.
give
Why
me
are you thinking?
I'm
Even
the
though we've been back then. Dun.
or she could have gave you one more sickening
Oh yeah.
one more sickening escape. Every man wants a woman. You know that voice. She got the voice to
She
go down
won
there.
season
She could
3,
have gave
but
you one more
Candy did win a season though of The Masked Singer, and
Candy did
she did
win.
sound really good. I'll
She
give it
could
to
pay
that. Give her that.
homage to Candy. Every
Thank you,
man
little baby.
on. Yeah, there's It's Me D's channel. And
And
some people
did
subscribe to him.
I reacted to Little Nas X's video? Not the video and the album.
I didn't react. I watched all of the videos from the album. I thought it was cute. I thought the videos were better than some of the music, but that's just my taste, my thoughts.
With his
Some of
music.
it was, but
I listen to the words, and his album is very relatable. Whoever's
so
on his team they making sure that little boy get his coin.
right. And like I said, his marketing team and publishing
Mm-hmm.
and all of the people behind the army that he has behind that, they doing the goddamn thing. Like, I ain't mad at it. I am
Volvo,
not.
I did too. But I'll be honest, even though Tamar is annoying, I don't want to say she's a better singer, but she has a different voice from her sister, if that makes sense.
Tamar
And
is
it
a
sounded more
soprano.
like Tony.
Tamar is a soprano, whereas Tony is an alto.
Right. See, you
Who
said it
can
in a.
flip
I didn't
it
want
to
to say
the
she
alto.
sounds better. It's like Chloe and Holly. I think Holly
Yeah.
sounds different from her sister.
Tony is a real alto.
Mm-hmm.
Tamar is a soprano. Now, I might call Tamar more of a mezzo soprano than a true soprano, but if you just going just, she's a soprano. So, yeah. Shouts out to what channel? There's a channel on YouTube called I Love Aretha Franklin. I think that's the name of it. I Love Aretha Franklin. I think but no, the reason I mentioned that channel is he does a lot of like he's classically trained in voice and vocal, and he breaks down like all of the singers and stuff like that, and breaks down their voices and what makes them a soprano or whatever. He breaks down like different moments in their careers where their voice wasn't as good as it was supposed to be, and like he has some really good videos about some of the greats out there. I think it's called I Love Aretha Franklin. I hold on, let me look it up. But anyway, if you into like some of the greats and their music and their careers and really like knowing about their voices and stuff like that, he covers a lot of people like from gospel artists and mainly the black artists. You know what I'm saying? Or the really, really popular people.
I'm here for that.
So it's a really good channel if you're into that kind of stuff. Like you'll fall into the rabbit hole if you watch all of these. Like he'll go through explaining people's voices, like all of the greats. He says so and so is voice explained, and then he'll go through like things like with the vocals and the voice box and all of that stuff. He really breaks it out. It's really interesting. Channel. I watch it a lot. Sometimes when I got a little bit of time, Yeah, but Tamar sings down now. Tamar sings down. I've never heard that woman sings down.
Yeah,
Anyway,
they have
y'all.
two different voices to me.
I'm about to get off here. I need to get some stuff for the snack fund, so I'm about to do that at some point today. Um, I gotta go to that place and go to work and teach the people. So gonna go
Right,
do
little
that.
baby. They have different voices to me.
Right, they definitely have different voices. Um, so
That
the
skunk is
next,
Faith Evans.
huh?
I said that skunk is Faith Evans. She sang down the other day. Anyway, you about to get off. That's a whole different subject.
I'm trying to make sure I get this channel. I don't want to tell y'all the channel, and I have the wrong channel.
You
It's
should
called.
do a
It's
vlog.
called I
Jason
Love
was saying,
Franklin. That's the name of it. It's all one word. I love Aretha Franklin. All one word. Pushed in together. He does, like I said, he does videos on some of the greats. The
she
last one,
really is, Jason. She's a singer. She sang down.
the last video he did was Phyllis Hyman. So yeah. Anyway, go look at that, and he even has a series where he breaks down all of the different types of voices from like for female voices from um soprano, all of the different types of sopranos, different types of altos, all the way down to contralto. And he gives you examples. It's a really cool channel. I don't know why I'm promoting this channel like it's
Does he
mine.
show himself? I'm like on his thing now.
He doesn't show himself. He's a really deep, a soothing, deep voice. And you know what I'm saying? When he talks, he has a really soothing voice. But yeah, it's cool. Like go have fun over there like I do from
Whitney
time to time.
Houston versus Shaka Khan. Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh,
Shaka's
that's
versus
me this
that is
video
always
for
my favorite.
I'm Every Woman.
Thank you, Jason. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it.
I'm not into pumpkin like that, little baby. So I won't be getting anything that is pumpkin. You give me some sweet potato, yes, but pumpkin, we're not doing it. So anyway, as it's me. Do you got anything for the people before I get up off here?
Um, just for those who have already subscribed, thank you. I'm at what am I? I'm at 509. I want to say. I would like to get 10 more by this weekend.
So that means all y'all in the chat go and subscribe to It's Me if you're not already.
And I'm gonna do more nerd stuff. I'm having I already recorded it. I have my top favorite Black X-Men. I just have to edit it and put it out there.
Do you follow um Black Gay Greek comic fan? What's this? God damn it! I follow him. I know I follow.
I used to follow. I think his name
It's
is
Black
Bird,
Gay
but I don't
Comic
know if
Geek. I think it is. That's his channel. He's a really cool channel. Yeah, it's Black Gay Comic Geek. All one word. He's a really cool channel, and he really breaks down a lot of the black comic comic book heroes, as well as a lot of the LGBTQIA stuff. I found him because he and I were supposed to collab during
I
Lovecraft
see him.
Country.
It's a I've seen his stuff before, but I've never like subscribed to him before. I'm
He
doing
is
that.
a really big following on TikTok and
Mm.
and stuff. So he has a really good channel. So I don't know how this turned into a
Yeah.
whole promotion of people, but yeah, I've been subscribers of his for a while. He actually went to FAMU, little baby. He went to FAMU. I think maybe around the time you were there too, little baby. But I know he went to FAMU. Man. So if you see him, little baby, you might be like, "Oh, I saw him around campus." Maybe not, because it'd be a lot of people on campus. But yeah,
I have not watched What If. I don't know what it's given.
I heard it's good, but I haven't seen it yet either. I also Blood and Water started yesterday, so I have to start getting into those reviews, and hopefully I'll get one out today.
I
Yeah.
I was thinking of reacting and reviewing two shows on Netflix, Sex Education and
I
Dear White
love sex
People.
education. I listen.
But
I
that's going
been
to be a
on
a lot.
love. I've watched every season. And
Hmm.
whenever it comes out, I watch it. That's one of my favorite shows on Netflix. When
Did
it
you
first
watch
came,
this previous season? I mean, this new one
the one that
that
just
just
came
came
out
out. I
last week
think.
before, I stayed up all night watching it.
Oh, I didn't watch it yet, and I didn't watch Dear White People. I love Logan Browning. I just think she's beautiful.
I love Deron Horton. I think he's
Him,
beautiful.
too, I like the cast and the girl, the
And
dark skinned girl with the braids
have
is
you
very
watched?
beautiful. Hmm.
Have you watched this season that just came out?
No, I didn't. I was thinking if I wanted to review it, but it's there's a lot of it's a lot.
It's 10 episodes. I mean, we could do a panel on it. Maybe we could do a panel on
I
sex
would start
education
watching.
and um and on Dear White People if you want. So once you finish, let me know, and we could do a panel on sex education and do a panel on Dear White People
Because
because love
I love
both.
the black African gay guy. I love him.
Eric, I love Eric, but Eric pisses me off every time. Just like he,
Last season, he got me mad.
oh,
Why are you
he
with
pissed
this
me off
white
last
guy?
season.
No.
Oh, he
Stay
gonna
with
piss you off again. He gonna
the
piss you off
Arab
again.
guy or whatever he was. I
He
liked
gonna
him for him.
tell you, just know he gonna piss you off again this season. I'll let you watch it. Oh, he be pissing me
Oh
off.
god.
God.
I love Maeve. Maeve is my favorite too. The white girl that live in the trailer park. I love
Mhm.
Maeve. And the other black guy is fine. Oh my god, he's so fine. The
The
dark skin
one
one
Eric was
that
dating.
broke his arm.
The one who Eric was dating. Oh no, you're talking about swimmer dude.
Yeah. The
Oh,
eyes
yeah,
have
go
it
watch.
for
No,
me.
no, no, go watch. Because you got to see what happens this season with all of that. Yeah, go watch. It was cool. It was
I'm
cute.
definitely gonna I'm probably gonna watch that later on.
I have Baki Hammer.
I don't know who that is. I'm out to Google. I don't even know what that is.
I'm supposed to be off here. Why am I still on? I gotta get up and give it. Listen,
Uh,
I love y'all. I
hey,
love
Nappy.
y'all.
Thank you, Nap Nap.
Thank you all for being vocal, present, and active. Thank you for doing what you
What
do.
was I- Oh,
Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the snack fund. Snack fund is going to be replenished. Trying to think, did I miss anything? I missed anything, SMD? Oh, and for those people asking, I spoke with Foy. He's good down in
anime.
down in down home in Miami. He's good. So I spoke with him. And yeah. That's all I got for y'all. Until next time, thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. We out here.